Okay, so today I want to talk about the correlation between getting out of learning mode and having the campaign turn into what Facebook or Meta calls as active, and staying in learning mode or falling down into the learning limited status. This is something that I've suspected throughout a long amount of time, but when I got a presentation report from Facebook that showed me direct correlation, and the numbers and bottom line conclusions were very, very strict. It was very obvious. Campaigns went out of learning mode not only drove way lower CPA and higher ROI, of course, but also stayed throughout a way longer amount of time than the learning limited campaigns. I did have something like 16-18% of campaigns that got stuck in learning limited and their CPA was good, and I never understood why they got stuck with learning limited, because the amount of conversions that they got was enough or very similar to the amount of conversions that campaigns on other campaigns that got out of learning mode basically got. But somehow these campaigns were okay. But as long as the campaign is in learning mode, you really have to make very small to none adjustments to it, because your main purpose when you launch a campaign is to make sure that it gets out of learning mode. And getting out of learning mode has many aspects to it. The first one that I see coming and happening over and over again with my consultation is that there is a new project or a new video editor and a new creative guy, and he wants to test lots of things: primary text, descriptions, headlines, videos, images, longer videos, shorter videos, and they just throw everything into one campaign. And they forget the correlation between the budget to the amount of creatives that a campaign has. You can't just throw, 120, 30, 50 creatives into one campaign and open it up within the same budget that you do with 4 creatives. The campaign is not going to go out of learning mode unless you have a very specific ratio that allows it to actually discover, explore all of creatives. That's the first thing. The second thing, which is supposed to be obvious to anyone who's been buying media on Facebook for at least a year, is the fact that if you don't have enough conversions, then it's not going to go out of learning mode. The third thing is that if you start to make adjustments to campaigns, so like bid changes, type of bid changes, going from lowest cost to bid cap to cost cap, stuff like that, that would also hurt the campaign learning phase. Adding or removing creatives within when it's inside of learning mode sends it back into learning mode, or even fails it to begin with. Changing budgets rapidly or really drastically, stuff like that. So your main purpose or goal when you launch a new campaign would definitely be getting out of learning mode. That's the first thing you want, because unless you do that, that's the biggest thing that showed correlation. So, I know that you want to test the new creatives and the new creative guy. I know that you want to do lots of, different tests and stuff, but unless you get that campaign into active mode, that actually shows that the algorithm is dialed in and has that, audience understood and dialed in, you're not going to get there. You're not going to be able to optimize. And by the way, adding new creatives to campaigns usually, at least now, doesn't send the campaign back into learning mode. It's the harder, more drastic stuff like bid changes, audience targeting changes, stuff like that does it. So you want to make sure that you are out of learning mode for sure, because unless you do that, you're not really testing any creative or any type of targeting. I'm gonna do another video around how to how do I like my manual bidding strategies or semi-automatic bidding strategies on Meta, which is like the bid cap, cost cap stuff, and different types of ways to handle campaigns that I'm doing right now. If you like this video, make sure that you share it, like it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.